Hello guys, it's Bino123 and I'm back with another r/entitled parents. Thank you so much for helping me get to 560 subscribers. If I get 1,000 subscribers before the end of the month, yes, I know I'm being unrealistic, I'll make another double upload. So let's get straight into the video. This is titled Sister's Birthday, Ruined by Entitled Birthday and Her Daughter. Hello, I'm from India. English isn't my first language, so apologies in advance for any mistakes. Sorry, this is going to be long. The incident happened about 8 years ago. It was my sister's birthday and a lot of my family members from my dad's side were invited. My dad's sister, who will be called EM henceforth, and her daughter EC henceforth, were visiting us after a lot of years because they shifted to California. So EM wanted her daughter to be the center of attention since the moment they came in. EC was about 7 years old and everyone was quite taken with her because she spoke in an adorable accent. When it was the time for cutting the cake, EM wanted EC to cut it even though it was my sister's birthday. The reason being, she is a kid, she deserves to cut the cake. She is the youngest of them all. My sister is way too old to be cutting cake anyways. It was my sister's 11th birthday. EM's request/order was declined by my mom, which made EM quite angry. When dinner was served, EM was very hungry and sat down to eat. As soon as she started, EC started crying and demanded to be fed, and EM expected my mom to stop eating and feed her kid, and my mother agreed. The worst was at the time of the gift unwrapping. My sister loves Barbies, so she received a doll and a dollhouse from my mum and dad, and I gave her a bunch of homemade chocolate that I made myself. EM: what does S need all the chocolate for? Come on, give them to EC. You are way too old for them. S gave EC some of them, which EC proceeded to start eating right then. S went on to unwrap other presents and was made to share a bunch of other stuff like Sharpie pens, a set of crayons, etc. too with EC. EC after some time started wailing that she wanted more chocolate, EM literally shouting, "Why have you not given her the chocolates? Didn't I ask you to? Why are you being so mean? She's your cousin, she deserves them." S was almost at tears and gave her 3 more. Now only 5 chocolates remained, which she gave 1 to each of us, Mum, Dad, EM and me. I saved mine to give it to her later. EM noticed it and asked me to give it to EC since I obviously was not going to eat it. I didn't. When S got to unwrapping the dollhouse and the Barbie, EM actually pounced on the doll and started pulling it away from S. Now S started to cry, which made EM angry and she screamed at S to shut up and stop being so mean and stingy. EC was from US and did not have any Indian toys and she needed the doll. My father flat out refused, which resulted in more screaming and crying. Then she left in a huff and kicked at the dollhouse, denting it. My sister was very sad, and needless to say, her birthday was ruined, but that was not the end. About an hour or so later, EM was back kicking and screaming at our door, saying we had poisoned her kid and that she would be suing us. EC's stomach was aching, but instead of calling a doctor, she had drove her to our house, but we seated them and called the doctor. During which, EM was screaming about how we were jealous of her and we would suffer terrible fates. The doctor said the pain was because of overeating. Guess she shouldn't have had 6 of those chocolates. EM then proceeded to blame me and my sister for everything and saying how both of us were spoiled and mean kids. And you know what? I can semi-relate to this. It's so annoying when people, it's like, I think it's the same for everyone. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I have multiple stories. It's like, you're older, so you're their responsibility. If they fall, it's your fault. If they kick you, it's your fault. It's never the child's fault. And like, out of everyone, I just feel bad for the child. The mother is just making the child bad. As you should not be rewarding bad behaviors. And kids look up to you and they're gonna copy you. So when that kid grows up, I feel bad for that mother. And this is part 2 of my sister's birthday got ruined by my auntie, and it's called EM Flips after she reads about the post about her and her daughter. Hello again. I posted a story about my aunt ruining my sister's birthday before yesterday. Turns out she or her daughter is on Reddit and are subscribed to r/entitledparents, and they read the stories. This is what happened last night. EM, entitled mother, who's my aunt. EC, her daughter. S, my sis. EM called my dad last night about 11 when my dad was half asleep. EM, how could you do this to us? Aren't we family? Why did you shame us like this? It was so many years ago. Couldn't you just let it go? And my dad, no idea what she's going on about, so he asked her what has happened, to which she tells him that we posted on Reddit about my sister's birthday. My dad doesn't know and doesn't care what Reddit is and asks her what's the big deal. EM, whoa, so your daughters do things without telling you? You should keep an eye on them. Don't let them get out of hand. You should have taught them manners. My name? Just exposed us and shamed us online. Dad, what are you saying? How did she expose you? She hasn't even talked to you in years. EM, she posted a story about us, and as soon as EC read it, we knew it was about us. I haven't divulged any names in that story, not even mine. Dad asked me if I did that and why, so it took a total about 50 to 20 minutes to explain Dad what a Reddit is and what I did. I tell him that I have just narrated the story and haven't exposed her identity in any way, so Dad just hands me the phone so I can explain it to her. As soon as I say hello, EM starts screaming at me so loudly that I can't be heard outside the phone. EM, you bitch, how could you do that? Who do you think you are? You poisoned my child and then make it up as if I was overreacting. Take that post down now and apologize for it on that subreddit. If you don't, I'm gonna sue you. What the fuck? I'm so angry that I just say no. I won't do anything of that sort, and that I would love to see how she can sue me all the way in California. EM then proceeds to call me and my sister a whore and similar things. My dad takes away the phone and asks her to not ever contact any of us again and blocks her. So hey there, Aunt Sheila, hope you all read this. And if anyone is Indian or like that, like I just for the word Sheila and for the song. You know, the Nobody's Gonna Touch Me Like Sheila. Oh, I'm cringing myself right here. It's an Indian song, just type it in. But like, yeah, I think she's a bit sexist, even though she's a female. You have to keep your daughters in line or she's gonna do some weird things. Like, I don't know what it is with Asians, especially the very old-fashioned ones, which I'm guessing she clearly is because she's sexist. Like, they have this issue to just never own up to their responsibilities and just get mad, even though it's true. This is titled, Lady Tries to Extort Me After Her Son Did Some Stupid Poop and Got Hurt. Okay friends, this is gonna be a long one, so buckle up, grab some popcorn and enjoy the ride. Me equals me, DK equals dumb kid, EM equals entitled mother, ED equals entitled dad. Backstory. I'm a sophomore in high school. I skate to school every day and currently own 2 cruisers, a long hard and a trick deck. In the past, I had at the same time 3 longboards, 3 cruisers, 2 trick decks and a penny board. The longboard I ride is very flexible. The cameras at my school haven't worked on 2 weeks. I'm gonna run through this first part to get to the juicy details later. Basically, some chubby trucking kid called me a beep because I rode a longboard. He said he has 2 Malay boards at home, and I showed him a picture of my Insta of me with my 9 boards from before and then a picture of my 4 boards I had left on my bed. I got into an argument and convinced him to jump on his board after he said it was, quote, lined with titanium, and after he said my board couldn't handle my weight, even though I was using it as a trampoline. He fell and hit his head and started crying. Sorry, I sped through and I had already wrote the damn thing, but accidentally excited out. I wasn't gonna write it again. Part 2. I pull up to school and start to turn into the parking lot. When a car comes out super fast, I roll over their hood, denting it. Me, what the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking idiot? EM, you owe us an apology. My son says you broke his skateboard and then assaulted him. I demand you pay his with your skate collection. Me, what the fuck? 1, I didn't assault your son. He called me a faggot and then broke his own board and hurt himself. Entitled dad, honey, the board won't fit in the trunk, so do I just put it in the back seat? Entitled mother, yeah, put it in the back seat, it's fine. Me, wait, what the fuck is going on? That's theft. I tried to push past her, but she shoves me away. She fucking slaps me. What the fuck is your people's problem? I didn't do shit, now beep off. I open the car door and grab my board and start to walking off when the dad grabs it out of my hand and pushes me to the ground. Entitled mother, I can have you arrested. Me, for fucking what? Entitled mother, theft, possession of an illegal weapon, assault, damage of property. Me, what the fuck are you talking about? Entitled mother, well, first off, 4 of the boards in that photo were my son's that was stolen a couple of months ago. Second, in that photo, there is a bayonet hanging on your wall, which is a weapon, which is illegal. And third, you dent the hood of my car. I am just baffled. She is trying too fucking hard. Me, no, just no. I'm not paying for anything because I didn't do anything. She grabs me by the collar. Entitled mother, listen you little shit, I will have your ass arrested and you can't do shit about it unless you give me what I want. What I want is that bayonet and those skateboards. My son needs them. Me, why the fuck do you want my bayonet? I thought this was about the skateboards. Entitled mother, because I can assure you that this is my great grandfather's bayonet and that he used in the war. See, the thing is, most of those boards in the photo are gone. But I had gotten them at a golf from my stepdad when he went out of the country. But the bayonet, that triggered me. In no way did this lady look Japanese. The bayonet I had and still have is Japanese and was not used by her great grandfather because the knife is only however many years old. She was trying so hard and I barely believed this and I was the victim. EM, I'll see you here tomorrow. Bring the boards and the knife or I'm calling the cops. They peeled out. They threw my board out the window. I had a GoPro on my helmet. It was recording the whole fucking time. Part 3. I arrived at the spot the next day and I had already called the cops in advance. They were on their way. I was sitting out front with my one skateboard and she had her son with her. EM, where are the others? I said bring the others or I'm calling the cops. Me, I already did, don't worry. Cops arrive and she starts crying like a fucking mad woman. EM, this delinquent has assaulted my son, stolen his property, damaged my car and threatened our family for 3 days. We couldn't do anything about it. I snicker. Cop, but that's not what the whole video shows. He shows her the video from my GoPro. She is just speechless. I proceed to also show her numerous videos of her son jumping on the board and hurting himself. Entitled mother, you don't understand. This isn't my fault. He's a criminal. A cold-blooded, beeping criminal. This bitch ran at me and got fucking tackled by the cops. Basically, the cops handcuffed her and took her away to the station. I learned that the dad been caught in front of my house in his car and was promptly arrested. The kid was put into the system and the parents are doing a pretty hefty sentence. To top it all off, I visited her in jail just to be mean. So yeah, believe it or not, that happened to me. I met the most entitled person in history and got her in prison. It may not sound believable, but it happened to me. This was when I was in high school and I just stumbled upon this sub and decided to share it. Hope you enjoyed. I have plenty more stories if you guys want to hear about it. And this story was nuts. I would feel so creeped out if I was the family members. Like, oh, imagine if you just see a grown man in his car just stalking your house. Believe it or not, I kind of find the female thing kind of normal. Because, you know, girls can just sometimes cry and then get away with things. Like, you've seen it multiple times, like, females have gotten away with lying about rape and stuff like that. So, like, it doesn't surprise me too much. Maybe it's a bit controversial what I'm saying, but, you know, people have been caught about lying about these things, and most people depend. Not what am I saying? I'm blurting words. But like, who are you gonna believe? A woman who's crying, or a teenager boy who has a skateboard, who's kind of associated with being a punk? Let's be real. You associate skaters with being punks. So like, yeah, if he didn't have the GoPro, which he's so lucky he did, he probably would have been the one getting arrested. Especially because of the fact that he has a weapon. And like if she told the police would check his house and boom, he's going to jail. But good on him for getting them. And I feel bad because that family had just been split into a three-way. Anyways guys, that's pretty much the end of the video for the r/entitled parents. So the people who just want to watch that video or that part, peace out. And for anyone else who's just watching me, if you had my comments, you saw Sword Scar said he wanted a shout out. So here's his shout out. So if you want to see him sharpening a knife for 40 minutes or just stuff like that, I find it kind of cool. Where is it? The unboxing the mic thing was pretty nice. So like if you want to subscribe to him, go on, because I said I'll shout him out. So hopefully you can get him to 60 subs. So that's 6 more subscribers. So I pretty much got 500 subscribers, and I was just wondering, should I do a 500 subscriber specials? And if so, give me a Q&A. I guess I'll do that. Give me some questions and I'll try to answer them in that video. And I was thinking, I have other YouTubers, friends that I'm talking to who also do Reddit. The names are WiseTV and Milky. And I was just wondering, should I do more Reddit videos with them? So with more people? Is what you guys think. I'm thinking about doing one with a test pilot, I guess, with Wise and Milky, but it all depends if we can get the right times and stuff like that. Let me know if I should do collabs with other Reddit users. And if you want to shout out, I guess you can just comment stuff and I'll look into it and see if I like the content or not. I'll try to help and give feedback. So yeah, I want to help out my subscribers and viewers, stuff like that. You know, I love to comment on my subscribers and help them because they've helped me so much. So leave some questions for me to answer in the comments. Subscribe to WiseTV, Milky and Sword Scar. Peace out guys.